Hi everybody, welcome back to Tony and the Tiki Bar. I hope it was warm and sunny and tropical wherever you were today, because it was a warm sunny day here today. And if it wasn't, hey, that's all right. Come on in. That's what escapism's all about. Have a seat at the Tiki Bar. I'm going to make you a drink. The one I'm going to make you tonight is another one out of the book from Smugglers Cove, and it was designed by the owner, Martin Kate, and it's called the Formidable Dragon, which was the way that Admiral Vernon described drunkenness back in 1740. So drunkenness, I guess, is a formidable dragon. So if you think about it that way, this is going to be a good cocktail. Again, it's an exotic cocktail. There's a lot of ingredients. We always want to use the freshest ingredients and the best quality ingredients that we can. So starting off with our fresh squeezed citrus, we're going to go with 3/4 of an ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And again, I always measure the quantities because you want your drinks to be consistent so that every time you make them for your guests, like I'm making them for you, that they'll turn out the same every time. We're going to do this in a mixer tin because we're going to use our drink mixer. Also, 3/4 of an ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. And I just wanted to say, for everybody that's been subscribing on YouTube, I do read your comments, and I like to try and respond to you guys as often as I can. I do take your suggestions into account, and I realize that I have audio and lighting and issues with the production here, so I'm trying my best to overcome those as we go along. In the meantime, if you're following along with your own copy of Smugglers Cove, which I hope you are, or if you're not and you want to get a copy of it, I'm going to post a link in my bio where you can obtain a copy of it the same way that I did. And just for full disclosure, I do get a compensation for that, but it doesn't cost you any extra. So I'm not really interested in that part of it. I just want you to be able to have fun with this, which is what it's all about. So let's get moving on. We did our fresh squeezed citrus, 3/4 ounce of fresh squeezed lemon, 3/4 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice, and then we're going to go with 1/2 ounce of Smugglers Cove honey syrup. Now again, Smugglers Cove book has all the recipes in the back for all these syrups. This is a honey and simple syrup mixed together, and they're all there for you. So you want to make your own fresh ingredients, your own home bar concoctions, and mix them right there in house. All the recipes are there for you, so you can do that as well. Then we're also going to go with 3/4 of an ounce of Smugglers Cove molasses syrup. And again, we're doing our least expensive ingredients first into the mixer tin because, as you know, sometimes you can make a mistake with a cocktail, and if you do, it's better that you don't do it, when you've already poured your expensive rum or whatever spirit that you're using in your cocktail. You could dump this out and it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but sometimes you make a mistake and it turns out good, so other times it doesn't. Moving on, after the molasses syrup, we're going to use 1/2 ounce of Amaro, and this actual recipe calls for Amaro De Angostura. I haven't been able to find that yet, so any of your various Amaros, and it's a matter of taste, you can use in here, and it's going to give it a nice herbal and bitter flavor to the drink, but not overpowering because they all mix together with the sweet and the sour and the bitter and the sweet. So we're going to add 1.5 ounces of blended aged rum. For this one, I am using Appleton Estate 12-year. So measuring intricately 1.5 ounces. And oh man, if you could smell this, it smells so good. I mean, the citrus and the Amaro and the rum are all really making a big impact. If you're sitting at the bar across from me, your mouth would be watering. So we're going to use 1 ounce of black blended rum, and for this one I'm going to use Lemon Heart 1804. Used to call it Lemon Heart 80, but it's kind of been rebranded. So let's use 1 ounce of that. And then for the last ingredient, it calls for 1/4 ounce of pot still lightly aged rum. And for that, I'm going to use the Smith & Cross Jamaican rum. And 1/4 ounce this has got a really good, funky Jamaican aroma. And the last thing that it calls for is an ounce of seltzer. I'm going to save that until after I mix it up in the mixer tin. So let's go ahead and give it a nice big scoop or two of ice. And again, I'm reading your comments and I'm listening, guys. When I pronounce something wrong or when I make a mistake, which I admit to, I'm listening up to your comments. A flash blend is supposed to be 3 to 4 seconds, not 10 seconds like I was doing it before. So that flash blend brings it nice and frothy, mixes the ingredients together, and this drink is going to be served in a large snifter, and we're going to pour that in all the ice and everything from the mixer tin. And then we're going to garnish this with some fresh mint. And again, this came out of the garden. You don't want to slap it to release the oils. And put that in there. Also calls for a swizzle stick. And, oh, I forgot to put in my splash of seltzer. And 1 ounce of seltzer. I'm going to do it right kind of on the top, and you can swizzle that in. Nice and bubbly. And I wish you were sitting here right now so you could enjoy this drink too. But if you do cruise through the neighborhood and the tiki torches are burning outside, that means I'm open and I'm in the tiki bar mixing drinks. So until then, this is Tony in the Tiki Bar. And until next time, cheers.